Hello friends, welcome back to another video of our Firebase series where we are creating a quick notes application. And in this video we are going to learn about the file storage, like how we can store the files into the Firebase database and how we can access those files from a Firebase database. Now in this quick notes application we are going to upload the profile picture of the user. We'll select it from the local storage or local from your phone, and we will upload it on the Firebase storage, and then we'll get the downloadable URL of that file which we have stored on the Firebase storage, and we will show it on the profile page. So let's see how to do it. So here I am using my existing project. In our last series of videos we have created this screen, and this is the profile picture, profile activity, and this is the profile picture which user will select from the local storage, and we will upload it on the Firebase storage. Now let's get started with the code. Okay, now this was the code which we have written in our last session. I'll just take you through. We have created a Firebase user which is all we are getting, who is already logged in into the phone or our app, and then we are getting the current user object. If it is not null, then we are fetching the display name of the user. We were updating only name of the user through a user profile, and we will upload that with this update request method, and the change was uploaded on the Firebase. We were updating the name. Now let's go back to this. Quickly we'll start with the file storage. So now to import the file storage in your application, you need to go to Tools, Firebase, and from the Firebase Assistance window we need to select Storage option. Now there is a link called as Upload and Download a file from a cloud storage, so we'll select that. It is already connected to the Firebase, so that's why this first connect your app to Firebase is ticked. Now I need to import the libraries into my project, import the dependencies in my project. So I'll say accept changes here, and we need to wait till the Gradle is finished. Okay, so now the Gradle sync has been finished successfully. Yes, now you can see the second option is also ticked. Now I'll just close this assistance window, and we need to declare our variables here. Now to access the Firebase storage, we need to say private Firebase storage, and we'll leave it as M Firebase storage. Okay, this is to storage. Then we'll declare one more Firebase storage reference. We'll name it as M root storage. So this is our reference to the root path, right? Then we need to declare two variables to store the path of local file. So local file URI, and then we need to create a server file. So these are the two variables we have declared, so that we can store the local path of the file as well as the server path of the file. Then we are just declaring an object of progress dialog. Okay, then we need to modify this onCreate method. Here we are going to read the files from the phone, and for that we'll need a permission called as read external storage. So first we'll add that permission in the manifest file. Here we'll say uses permission read external storage. Okay, and then in the profile activity we will first activity compat dot request permission. First parameter is context, second is list of permission, new string array, and in this array we need to pass android dot manifest dot permissions dot read external storage. Okay, and final is request code, so I'll just pass that number as 100. Okay, then we need to initialize this mroot storage equal to file storage dot get instance dot get reference. So we are just creating the root path. Okay, so we are directly using it here, Firebase Storage, so this variable is not required, so I'll just delete it. Okay, now after this we need to say iv profile, so we haven't declared the object for image view, so I will declare it here, private image view iv profile, and we have just declared it, and we will initialize it here using find view by id r dot id dot iv profile. Okay, so image view has initialized. Now here in this, if user is not equal to null, we are only fetching the display name, but now we will check for the path and we will load that file from that path and show it on the image view. But before that, we will just we'll write a code to upload the image on this server, and we will first upload the image and then we will fetch it from the server. Now to upload the image, we are going to write a click listener on this image view, which will open a picker. So to open that, I will write a click listener for the image view. So public void pick image view. So this is a click listener for the image view. This will create object of intent is equal to new intent, and we'll pass the action as action underscore pick, and we need to pass the URI, that is android dot provider dot media store dot images dot media dot external content URI. Okay, so we have provided we have created an implicit intent that we want to pick an image, and we have provided the URI from the media store libraries, and we are setting the external content URI. That means it will search the images for the from the external storage of your phone. Then we'll say start activity for result. In this, first parameter is intent and second is request code. So in this case, I'll pass the request code as 101. Okay, now to handle this request, so this is the click listener of an image view, and when user will click on that image view, it will open a picker, and when user will select the image from the other activity, we are going to handle it here in the on activity result, right? So in this method, in on activity result, first we will check whether this is matching with our request code or not. So the request code is to pick the image was 101. So we'll say if request code is equal to 101, that means this is our request to pick the image. Then we will say if result code is equal to result okay, that means the user has been picked the image, or it is result cancelled means user haven't picked the image. So if result is okay, then we can fetch the data. Now the data we can get from, we'll say local file URI equal to data dot get data. Now this data dot get data is part of this intent, so we are getting this the image from this intent, right? So we'll say get data, it will return a URI which we are storing in the local file storage. Now this path we will set it to our image view, so we'll say image URI, and in that we'll say local storage, local file URI. So what we are going to do, we will select the image, user will select the image from the local storage, and then we'll get that in this on activity result, and we are showing that immediately on the image view. This file is still not uploaded on the server, it is just, we are just setting it to the image view, right? Okay, now here we are having a method called as update only name. So we will similarly will create one more private void, and we'll name it as update name and photo. Okay, update name and photo. So that is the name of this method. So here first we'll say p is equal to progress dialog dot show, and in this we'll say context comma title is nothing. In message we'll say updating profile, and indeterminate true. That's it. So we'll just we have just initialized the progress dialog because it might take time to upload your file on the server. Okay, now on the server we are going to rename that file with the user ID. So for that we'll create a string variable with the name file underscore name, and we will say the current user dot get user ID, that is get UID plus dot jpeg, right? So we are going to rename that file, and the name of the file will be user ID plus the extension, and then we will initialize. Okay, then we'll need this final storage reference, and this is we are going to store this images. So now in this root reference, the storage reference, we are having access of the root path which we have initialized here. Now in that root path we want to create a folder called as images, and under that folder images folder we are going to upload the file with this name, that is user ID plus extension, right? So under root we want a folder called as images, and in images we want to upload this file. So we'll create one more storage, and we will call it as file reference is equal to mroot storage dot child, and in that child we want to add images slash plus the file. Okay, so this is our root path. In that we want to add a child called as images slash file name, and we will get this file reference. Now in that file reference we will say put, and in that put we need to pass the local URI. So this will upload your file on the server, but to track whether the file has been uploaded or not, we need to add a on success listener. Now out of that success listener, yes, and then we'll say new on success listener. Yes, so this will give us this snapshot from which we can get the file details. Okay. Now here we will say pd.dismiss for the file has been uploaded successfully. So we'll just dismiss the progress dialog bar. Now we want to fetch the downloadable URL of the file, because this file has been successfully uploaded, but we don't know the exact URL of a server file which we can access. Now to get that, we need to call file reference dot get downloadable URL, and here also we need to add a success listener. So again, new on success listener. Yes. Now this on success will give us the URI. So here we will say server file URI is equal to URI which we are getting in this method, that is on success. So here we are getting the URI which we are storing against the server file URI, because this is the path, server path of the file which we have just uploaded. Then in our earlier example of updating the username only, we have created this request. So we will copy that, because we are going to create the same request again, but here we will set the photo URI as our server file URI, right? So we are creating another request to update the profile. Here while creating the request, we are setting the display name, and as well as we are setting the photo URI. So this is the server path will be attached to this user, and whenever we want to show the picture of the user, we can get the URL, server URL from the profile, right? Now we have just created the request. Now we need to copy this as well, so that yes, we can check whether this update profile has completed or not using this on completion listener, and we'll send the request to update the profile, where we want to update the display name and the photo URL now, right? Okay, so this is done. Now we will just call this method, this update name and photo, in the on click of a save. So here we are checking if a username is if ID text is empty, we will say enter username, but in the else part we will say if the local path URL is not equal to null. That means if user has selected some file which he wants to upload, then we will call update name and photo, else we will call only update name, right? So if user have selected some file, then this local variable will not be equal to null, then we will upload the name and photo, but if it is not, then we will only update the name, right? The click listener has been already set. Now before executing this code, okay, one more thing is remaining, that is we need to set the on click of the profile. So I will select on click property, and here I will select pick image, right? Okay, now the coding part is done, like we have written all the code here in our activity. Okay, now before executing this code, we need to go to our console. So this is the console. You need to go to storage, and in storage you need to enable it. So I have already executed this, that's why it is already showing the images folder, and in that it is also showing the folder. But if you are executing it for the first time, then you need to enable it. So you need to go to this storage tab, and you need to follow the step to enable the storage, right? So this is my image, and you can see this is my user id.jpg, and this is the image which has been uploaded from the app as a profile picture, right? So I'll just so make sure you have enabled it before executing it. And we are remaining, let's go back to the coding, because in the code part we are remaining with one small step, that is if user has already uploaded the image, then we want to show it on the image view. So we will check whether the image is available on the server or not, and then we will set it on the image view, right? So here to get the URI of the server image, we'll say URI.photo URI is equal to user.getPhoto URI. So we will get the URI URL of the server URL of the profile picture, and if photo URI is not equal to null, that means user have already uploaded the picture and it has been set with the user's profile, then we can use it. And if it is null. Now to show the image on the image view from a server, we are going to use a library called as glide. So to import the glide into your project, you need to open the build.gradle of your project, and here you need to add implementation github.bumptech.glide glide 3.0.0. I'm not sure with the version, I'll just check it. Oh, it is saying 4.9.0 is available, so I'll say 4.9.0 and I'll say sync now. Okay, so the glide library has been imported successfully. Now let's go back to our profile activity and show the image using the glide. So we will use glide dot with this dot load, and here we will pass the URI of the photo, which is nothing but a server URI. Then placeholder, in that we will use drawable dot default. So what is placeholder? If the image or the server URL is not available, by that time it will show the image which we are setting here. So as a placeholder we are setting the default picture, so by that time it is loading from the server, it will show the default picture on the image view. Then dot error. So here also you can set different image. Currently I am setting the same one, but if suppose there is some error occurred while loading the image from the URL, then you can show some another image, that is image not available or something like that, in this dot error method, and then finally into the image view, that is image IV profile. That's it. So using this, it will just show the image. We are just fetching the photo URL of the user from the profile. If it is not null, then we are showing it on the image view using glide. So now we'll just execute this code and we'll see if this works, and we'll just execute it again. Okay, now the app is running. If I click on the profile, it is asking me for the permission whether I want to allow this app to access the files or not. So I'll say allow, and on click of this, it is asking me for a chooser whether I want to select the image from the Photos app or the like Google's photo app or the phone's photo or gallery app. So I'll just select the photo, and I'll select my one of the photo from the folder, and I will set it on the image view, and then we'll click on the save button. Okay, so this is the image I have selected from my local file, and this is the name. I'll just change it again with some name like 123, and I'll click on save. Now it is saying updating profile, as we have shown the progress dialog when user will click on the save, and it is saying profile updated successfully. Right now I'll just close the app activity, and I'll open this activity again. It is taking time to load the project. By that time it is showing the default, and then it is showing the image. Right, so I'll just close the app and I'll open the app again, and if I open the profile activity, it is showing the image directly. Now because the glide also does the caching, so it is caching that image and storing it here, so that's why it has been loaded immediately when I opened it next time. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope this video will help you. Please do like and share our video, and subscribe to our channel for more videos about the Android application development. Thank you.